My name is Ego Sagmonlao. We are still basking in the euphoria of the New Year festivities. So I can still say Happy New Year. Well, today's program is very unique because we are having a co-presenter today who is a female, and I know the women folk will be very, very happy to see her. Roslyn Eworame, nice to have you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. And we also have in the studio popular faces, regular faces, distinguished clergymen and analysts. We have in the studio Dr. Roya Ayimere. Nice to have you today.
Good afternoon and Happy New Year.
Okay. So we also have Reverend Egosa Omorui. Nice to have you on today's program.
I'm delighted to be part of this New Year
yes.
outing.
Okay. We also have from the diaspora, he will be joining us via Zoom, Mr. Clement. I hope we'll be able to have him on. He's in the US. He'll be joining us via Zoom, and he'll be giving us his own perspective to the topic. We are looking at the different sectors in Nigeria. We're looking at, this is a new year. What should government do to revamp, to rejig the different sectors? We have the banking sector, we have the agricultural sector, we have security, we have various sectors that I believe that our guests will be able to make valuable comments. Even the sports. Sport is a sector too. And it is believed that if you unearth the budding talents in sports from the grassroots, you will have a better country, because these young men, with all the energy trapped in them, you'll be able to utilize the energy to represent the country in international championships and competitions. So like I said, various areas, educational sector, banking sector, the agricultural sector, the economy is broad, and I know that a lot need to be discussed. Roslyn Eworame, this is a new year.
Of course,
the government should be thinking outside the box on how to revamp the economy.
Yes, they have to hit the ground rolling, because there are expectations from Nigerians, even those in diaspora. They want to see things happening that will actually attract them to come back to their country. So they don't have to sit down their hours, to just relax, or just to think about themselves alone. So they have to do something very attractive to really benefit the general public.
Thank you very much, Roslyn. That's very thoughtful. Okay, let's just get the opening remarks from Reverend Egosa Omorui. He's one man that knows the political terrain very well, apart from being a clergyman. Reverend Egosa, what's your opening remarks?
Well, I appreciate this opportunity to come again this new year. You know, we talk about revamping the economy. First and foremost, we must think outside the box. It's very critical for us to be able to pilot the affairs of state. A government that's, you know, always accusing and accusing and accusing, we don't see the light. Because why? Because you are not taking proper plans to know what to do. You know, from my early childhood, there's a man in our street then, you know, he built a house and he wrote on the wall, "Talk your own."
Interesting.
You know, talk your own means to me, you do your own.
Yes.
I have done my own.
Yes.
You know, because to me, I need to be honest with you, before Okpebholo came on board
As governor,
Obaseki has changed the narrative of governance.
that's Governor Baseki.
Governor Obaseki. Before Obaseki came, Oshomole was there. He was nicknamed the Red Roof Governor. That means he was talking about the park, not the content. When Obaseki came on board, he took a new dimension to governance. When Oshomole was there, that was when we discovered that teachers cannot even read.
When he was visiting schools, especially one particular teacher that
he embarrassed,
an embarrassment.
Exactly.
You know, so, but Obaseki came, he redirected all those things, and the teachers themselves were now winning award. We're now winning award. Even as we speak, you know Palm House. You know Palm House?
Yes, I do.
Palm House on Sapler Road was like an abandoned project.
Yeah.
Because there was a fire incident in the last floor. So no government ever thought it can be refurbished. But just go there as we speak. You'll be thinking that they brought that story building from abroad. Now,
and that was under the
Obaseki's government
of Governor Obaseki.
He did not leave the state where he met it. He led the state better off. There are a lot you can point to that he did.
Okay.
There is a shopping mall. There's a mall on that Sapler Road.
Yeah.
That mall, when you get there, you'll be wondering, is this Edo State? People who were not here 2 years ago, once they get there, they'll be wondering, how come? Go to Stella Basajo, go to School of Nursing, go to Health Technology.
I know you're trying to relate it.
No, we're talking about revamping.
Yes. Okay.
So this new government need not to condemn all this. He should open.
But they have not condemned the immediate past.
Oh, he has not done the.
Okay, let's not go to all that.
So what I'm saying, in fact, is, you know, you should map out your own strategy.
Okay.
And the state is so large. When you leave, what will you be remembered for? As we speak, 2 weeks ago, Basadi was given an award, digital award, the best digital award in the country. You are aware.
Yes.
Not only that, even recently, the museum is creating at former specialist hospital. He is being tagged among one of the best in the world to be visited by tourists. We can talk on and on and on. When he was in government, security was in proper shape. But today, what we see is disgusting. What we see is disgusting. I need to be honest to you. I said it on this platform before the election. I said we are going to see governor by proxy. Governor by proxy. Like I said it last time we came again. I said, Okpebholo may be a good man, but people are trying to use him for vengeance. Because many of the things that he's doing, it's not part of him. I don't know him, but you can see that there are particular individuals who feel that Governor Obaseki step on their toes. They are not taking this advantage or say, you must spoil what he did, you must call him, you must do this, you must do that. May go ahead, the state.
Thank you very much. We'll come back to you. We'll just quickly get the opening remarks of Dr. Roya Ayemere.
Thank you.
Okay.
First and foremost, let me say, may the souls of our fallen heroes rest in peace.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Amen. That's very important.
Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
Yes,
all right. Now, in revamping the sectors, you see, everything still boils down on our political system.
Okay.
Because it is the money that determines the day. From what we see in Nigeria today, we see where before the elections, you see people coming together and holding political party like a company, which ought not to be. Then after the election or before the election, they have been promised offices. Oh, if we win, we will settle you with this, we will settle you with that, we will settle you with the other one. And at the end of the day, they find their way into office. They say, okay, you enter that office. You enter the other office. These are people that you don't even know their qualifications. You don't check their qualifications. As a matter of fact, in this country, we had a lawyer being Minister of Works at a particular time.
Yeah, the former governor of Lagos State.
So you see a lot of appointments that are out of place. There is no way somebody who is not a professional in a particular profession that will deliver effectively and efficiently in that sector. And I think if we get it right from the electionary process, I'm very sure we will get it right in this appointment thing. Okay. The truth is, until that is done, we may never get it right. Expecting a revamping, we are in the system, we know what it is. Yeah. In this country, you hardly see where a square peg is put in a square hole. Okay. You see a round peg being put in a square hole. So if we want to revamp, we have to go back to the drawing board. Let's begin to fish. We have people here. We have professionals. We have intelligent people. Nigerians are one of the best brains in the world. Yeah. Very correct. Travel anywhere in the world, you will see Nigerians are doing exploits. Yes. But I'm very surprised that
the U.S. government just recently honored some Nigerian scientists, and President Tinubu has congratulated them. Yes. So I agree with you.
Nigerians are one of the best brains in the world. In fact, some of the contracts they are awarding to all these foreigners, Nigerians can do those jobs better. If we don't add politics to these appointments, we will do well.
Thank you very much. We'll just get the comments of Mr. Clement from the U.S. He will be joining us via Zoom, and I know that he has a lot to say. Mr. Clement, Happy New Year to you over there in the U.S. How are you doing?
Happy New Year. Nice to see you.
Okay. So I know you have a lot to say on revamping the different sectors. So what's your opening remark?
I will start with what Dr. Roya ended with, about developing the private sector and bringing in professionals. First of all, we are talking about revamp. You revamp something that is was existing, and that is no more in good shape. And once it is well revamped, it becomes new, it creates a new image, it makes a very, it has a very strong impact on societal impression of what is happening. So we want to look at things that government can do, because we are too centered on, we develop our economy based on what government can do. What about what the private sector can do? How much is the government doing to bring in the private sector to share in the development of the country? How much? We are not talking about that at all. What do the private sector need in order to participate in development, in revamping each sector of the economy? The first thing is to make sure that there is substantial supply of electricity. There should be substantial supply of electricity. The epileptic condition of electricity supply is a pain in development. The private sector cannot grow to assist the governmental sector. So that is one. The second sector is security. In order for business to thrive, for the private sector to assist government in creating jobs, there should be security. People are not feeling secured. Government should do something about that. Then the third one is infrastructural development. Most places need good, accessible roads. To travel from one part of our state to another today, it's a problem. Most roads are not good. Government should give proper attention. And then business practices. Business practices. We need to revamp that sector. Today, when courts give judgment on it's not only on political matters, even on private matters, even in business issues, nobody obeys court orders. It's like the law of the country is not meant to be obeyed. People choose to obey which law they will obey. People choose to obey which law they will not obey. And that is an example set by our political class. Our political class don't listen to, they don't follow court orders. So we need a society where people respect the law. People should respect the law. So if businessmen are able to respect the law and they find good working environment, they'll be able to create jobs. And once jobs are created, there will be opportunity for growth. The economy will be revamped efficiently. I want to give an example of an area that has been revamped. Our music industry has been revamped. Our entertainment industry has been revamped. but it has not shown, it has not sufficiently, the growth has not reflected so much within the society for some reasons. Government should learn to acknowledge excellence when they see one. So we are expecting that, my point is that the areas of government that will be revamped, the sectors that will be revamped, should affect the private sector so that the private sector will be a larger participant in the development of the society. So we need more professionals participating in the growth of society. Too much of government this, government that. Obaseki did this, Oshomole did that. We don't want to know about that. Their role is not to develop the society like that. It's to assist the private sector grow. Let the private sector run the economy, not the government. And then we'll see a big difference, and then we'll see a lot of changes. When we continue to depend on government to develop the economy, sectors will not be revamped. Every governor, every commissioner will want to claim success for one or two projects. But if this private sector comes in, there will be competition, there will be rivalry, there will be excellence because of performance. And that's where I will stop for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clement, for your wonderful comments. I can see the reason why some persons have been clamoring for the involvement of Nigerians in the diaspora in the development of the country. Your comments now, you've brought a different dimension to the discussion because of your background in the United States, where the private sector plays pivotal role in the development of the economy and other sectors. So I can see where you are coming from, and I think it's very, very important. My guests will look at that too. Rosalind, what Mr. Clement in the US has just said, I think he has made very important points. Yes. Because the small-scale industry is believed, if well-funded, will actually be the engine room of the economy, revamp the economy. And once the economy is revamped, the economy is running well, employment of our teeming youths will be there. Yes. Then even sufficiency in goods will be there. And if you have supply above demand, prices will crash. So the economy needs to really be rejigged. And he's saying that the private sector will surely play a pivotal role in this. Well, what's your take on that?
Yes, what I think is that we understand the role of the private sector in this economic growth. If the private sectors are trying to improve on what they do, the government also have a way to also assist them. Like what you talk about tax.
Yes.
Like a private sector trying to manufacture goods or whatsoever thing that is of benefit, that is beneficial to Nigerians. And the government comes tomorrow and slam tax on that sector. It won't survive.
No.
So that's why the government also has come in to also assist that.
You are talking about tax rebates now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because it will not be encouraging for the private sector to grow or to rise, to also boost the economy. The government, in one way or the other, has to assist the private sector grow.
Okay. Well, Mr. Clement, I know that you've just listened to Rosalind Ewerame. Well, we'll be joining you later. But let's get more comments from Reverend Ewosa Omorui as a way forward.
Well, from the analysis he gave,
yes,
we all are aware that no private individual can do business without government giving the political will. The government role is to give a political will. Okay, now you want to do A, you want to do B, you get the backing of government. You don't just go on your own and start doing things. So from what he said is okay, but you know that, like I was saying, he talks about Wi-Fi hub, you know, for film industry. He mentioned it, you know, and all those are areas, you know, that youth empowerment, you know, because many of these youths, they are all being, you know, prepared for the future. Some of them today now, they can phones, they can repair laptop. All those are ways of empowering, because you must build human capacity. It's very critical. You know, now we have Oshomo. Oshomo power plant supply light. We have other oil mini refinery. They also assist. All those are private-owned company that government gave a platform to operate. So government has always showed this opportunity to them. Say, go ahead and do this, go ahead and do this. And before you know it, the economy begin to... Now, let me also shock you, my brother.
Yeah.
Before now, we used to have only 1 or 2 flights coming to Benin. Because of the ways and manner that economy of the state is boasting, we don't even have night flights to Benin. You don't know?
That's a good one.
You know, we have night flights to Benin.
I know.
Okay, what are they coming to do in the night? If there's something to pursue here. Most times, weekends, weekdays, hotels are fully booked. Are they just coming for fun fair? No. Because there is business to pursue. So the government here have been doing so much. So all I'm expecting the government now today is to build on this that have been ongoing. Because you cannot detach yourself from it. Because I overhear them say, oh, it's a government of MOU. MOU. What's MOU? Memorandum of Understanding.
Yeah.
Government and other parties will come together and understand, okay, I want to do this business. And government will say, okay, what are your terms? They will look at it. And government will say, okay, I will give you those, give you this. Even, let me also shock you too. There are so many palm oil farm that is in the state today. Government gave them opportunity to float.
Yes.
I'm telling you the truth. Very soon, we will now be having many oil palm producing companies in the state, because many of them have planted so many acres of land. So all those are, ways and means that government has helped to make sure that the economy is not stagnant, it's not static, so that the state will begin to, all these investors, do you know how many of them come to Benin every day? They come because government has given them the will. Say, come on, come and do business in the state. And they come and government support them. And they are all making it.
Okay. Dr. Roya, way forward. Because we have a lot to really talk about. There are so many sectors.
The way forward, like I said at the beginning that, in my first speech, that we must get it right from the very beginning.
Okay.
There is no how you run speed fast on a wrong lane that will make it a right lane. Mm-hmm. When it comes to certain issues, direction is better than speed. So in as much, this present administration still have time to redeem itself, because this is just 2025. Yeah. This administration will run till 2027. I'm talking about the federal administration.
Okay. So, led by President
yes, they still have time.
Bola Tinubu.
A child of 1 year can walk. A child of 1 year can talk. They can say certain words. All right? At this point, it's for him, our president, to look at this. Because if you look at the sector in general, which one is thriving? Which one is working? Which one will you say that this one, we can say yes to it? Is it when the Minister of Works came? It was everywhere. It was everywhere.
He even wept. We heard that he wept when he saw the poor state of roads.
That's Engineer Devumai.
Yes.
Where is he today? The Minister for Agriculture. Okay. What was he doing? We read budget on a yearly basis. Ministries are being funded to carry out certain responsibility. What are they doing? It is time for Mr. President to call them to the table and say, listen, because at the end of the day, he takes the blame or the credit. It's our time for him to call them to the table. What are you guys doing? Bring me your scorecard. I want to see what you are doing, not just talking by paper. Show me the evidences of what you are doing. Because until we begin to hold our political leaders for accountability and transparency, let them come and give us reports, we may not get it right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Rosalind, you have something to say before we take a break?
Yes, I have something to say as well. He said earlier that you don't have flights from, you don't have night flights. I could say that
we now have.
We now have.
Yes,
because
in Benin we have night
because
flights.
security-wise, some persons will not want to even board flights at night.
No, you see, let me tell you, before now, the security in the state was at least better than the way it is now. You know, you have this society, what's it called? Yeah. You know that vigilante will go and rescue police from kidnappers. No, I'm telling you the truth.
But it's not bad.
I'm just telling you that. I will tell you how efficient they were.
Yes.
They were well trained.
You are not reminding us of when the police vacated the roads under the ESAs. It was vigilante that came out to the roads.
You know, I'm just telling you that it has always been.
Okay, Reverend, we are going to allow you to talk more, but we have to take a break now. After the break, 60 Minutes Nigeria continues. Okay, it's always a delight to have you on the program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. For those of you spending your 60 minutes with us on the program, we really, really appreciate you. And for those just joining us, it's a pleasure having you join us on the program. I have with me Rosalind Eworame, my co-presenter today. I hope you are enjoying her. The women, of course, will be happy to have a female voice now. My name is Egosa Agmonao, and I have with me Reverend Egosa Omori, and of course, Dr. Roya Ayemeri. I hope you are enjoying all that we're doing, okay? If you are, then the next 30 minutes will bring insight into the topic that we are looking at, revamping the sectors, the different sectors in Nigeria. They've spoken about a lot, but before the break, the issue of night flight in Benin, which has been restored, is being encouraged. And my guests have said that security needs to be enhanced for you to ensure that nightlife, because nightlife is very, very important. Reverend Mori, you were just talking about security before the break.
Well, you know, something was trending yesterday on the social media of a man that, by the tribunal that was, holding a pump action was shooting. Give us our mandate, and he was putting on a cap and a t-shirt, white t-shirt, bearing AIO2.
Where did that happen?
In Benin yesterday. The tribunal was sat yesterday.
But I'm sure that should be old video.
No way. Yesterday.
We had reporters on the ground. And
I'm telling you, yesterday.
Okay, we will investigate that. But you have a point to make.
So, a man was shooting on the street. Shooting, and after a while, a healer's vehicle came and took him away. My point here is, people should not masquerade. Because that's the risk we have about security.
Yes.
Where the man was doing that thing yesterday, it's close to a DSS office, it's close to AFC, close to police headquarters. So there are a lot of arms that are in the hands of political thugs.
Wrong people.
Political thugs, they are holding arms with them. So there must be a way to retrieve these arms so that the security of people in the state could be guaranteed, because we are just, going through a terrible times. We are going through terrible times because most times police, they are not interested. They are not interested. You go to police station, they go and report that somebody is, will say, "Are you sure?" Can somebody come and lie to police? Police are supposed to be our friend. So we must look at this issue of security, because these vigilantes were doing well, and we all well trained. But now the new governor has come, he has appointed somebody, a retired police commissioner, to manage it. He should go back to the drawing board.
I think they are working on it.
He should go back to the drawing board.
Profiling and all that.
They must do profiling. Go back to the drawing board. There are people that were doing marvelous work. don't say because, they came through one source, no, they should all be discarded. No way. It's not done like that. Okay. It's not done like that. So that's my whole contribution.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Clement, are you still with us? Okay. Now, Mr. Clement, now you have mentioned some very, very important areas that government need to look into. You've said that government should not be doing everything. The private sector needs to be given the opportunity. The level playing ground should be created. The right atmosphere should be created. And we've all agreed with you. Are there other areas that you think should be revamped?
Yes, education. Education. Business law. Electoral reforms. Banking sector reform. Civil rights, which has just been mentioned in Reverend Egosa's point, where somebody was being was shooting a film or shooting a news time or something, and somebody came to pick him up. People should have civil rights. Those sectors should be revamped. We should also revamp our financial system so that people will learn to be paying tax. If you are a taxpayer, you know how to fight for your rights if government does not do something right. But everybody is complaining against government, but people don't pay taxes. Yes. How can that sector contributes to the development of society a lot? But I bet you 90% of Nigerians don't pay taxes. If you look at the developed country, they make sure everybody pay taxes, no matter how small. And when you pay your taxes, there are ways government also reward you. So those are areas that we need some revamping. Having said that, let me go straight into two areas, because we have our society in Benin, for instance, in Edo State. You have a whole lot of youths unemployed, a whole lot of youths who are graduates from universities unemployed. We need to make sure they are working. We need to find some sectors where they can be relevant, where they can be their skills can be put to use. I will ask that the government of Edo State should, as much as possible, try to take particular interest in sports and develop sports very well. Because Edo State was #1 in sports for many years. Right now, Edo State is at the bottom. We want Edo State sports to be revamped. It will create jobs for a lot of youths. It will make a number of youths who are idle, to get themselves busy and play wonderful roles for the state in sports. Then another area is the area of arts, music, the entertainment industry generally. It seems to be that it is more developed in Lagos than in Benin. But Benin has a lot of skillful youths. Edo State have a lot of skillful youths. They can create that industry afresh, and because it will take in a lot of youths that are unemployed. Even youths that are in school can after, maybe when they are on holidays or something, have a pastime. They participate in activities that will improve their life. So those two areas need specific attention so that our jobless youths, those sectors need specific attention so that there should be growth in those areas. If the youths don't have something doing, they are going to be a problem. They are going to contribute to the poor security situation in the state. So I will urge the government to take immediate action, do something, get the youths busy, get them busy, create a program for them. There are what you call something that has to do with vocational studies, vocational programs. Do it for the youth. Encourage the private sector to sponsor, to participate in such programs. Government alone should not be doing it. Get some companies to assist. Because if government start learning how to depend on the private sector will grow naturally. Everything we are saying now is government, 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 government. No, no. Government does not have the ultimate wisdom in making a society to grow. It is the private sector that have initiative, that can innovate. It's difficult for government to innovate because of politics. We are talking about sectors that will grow and innovate without politics. Without politics. If you are a sportsman and you are a champion, you cannot be a politician, to be able to become a champion. If you are a TV actor, you are just skilled in that role. You cannot be in politics. So, private sector is unique. It's different from politics. And government should try and expand in that area. Let us see more of private sector activity and less of government. Government, build palm house, constructed road, all those monies budgeted for are wasted. None of them sent to the private sector. You don't see the effect. You don't see the effect. So, and then we need good judicial system. Our legal system should be helpful. Business law, we should have a creative business legal system that will help even the artisans, small business practitioners grow. Everybody cannot go to university.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clement.
Everybody cannot be a graduate and be a lawyer and be a judge.
Many years it took America to
private sector
what
will help
Okay.
our eyes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Clement. We'll join you in the course of this program for probably maybe your closing remarks, because time is not always our friend on the show. But let's get the comments of Dr. Royal Ayemere. You have made some very valuable points, but there are other areas we should look at.
Thank you. Me, I'm coming from a church background.
Okay.
The Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish. All right. Naturally, to do great things is not rocket science. To move this nation forward is not rocket science.
Yeah.
At all. Our politicians, they travel abroad, they see things.
Exactly.
It's not rocket science. All right. If as a pastor, I gather my leaders and tell them, this is the direction we are going this year. In the next 10 years, this is the direction we are going. Yeah. And this is the roadmap we are following to arrive at our destination. All right. There is nothing wrong when our political elites or government officials agree with Mr. Clare that, it will not just be government, but government must create the enabling environment.
Okay.
Like I said, Nigerians are not lazy people. We have a president who sits on the table and says, okay, this is where we want to be. We want to take this nation from point A to point B. Once that is said, he will know the people he needs. He will know the people that will come on board. Like I said, it is not time to begin to use the destiny of Nigerians to settle political scores, to give political offices. Oh, because you helped me to win the election, you stay there, you stay there, you stay there. At the end of the day, these people do not deliver, because it is like they have used this office to settle me. To make matter worse, after 2 years in this country, they begin to plan for the next election in the middle of the administration.
Yeah.
So we should. I think we need a leader. We need leaders with visions. We need leader with actions. We need a leader who we say we want to get the job done, and they get the job done. Enough of talking. If there is power supply, constant power supply in this nation, we have good roads, we have good health care system, and good educational system. I can tell you for free, Nigerians will not even look in the direction of government.
Thank you very much. We'll come back to you. You just mentioned very important sectors. You talked about the health sector, talked about the power sector, and that's what Mr. Clement also talked about. Constant electricity, constant power, so that artisans can work, small-scale industries can pick up. They need power. But we'll talk more after this break. Hey, nice to have you back. Rosalind, as we gradually call it a day on the show, Mr. Clement just talked about one important aspect, electricity. It is believed that if there's really constant electricity, the small-scale industry, the artisans, will pick up.
Yes, if government, we still have to come back to government, because they said we should start talking about government.
Yeah, because government, they say government have no business in business.
Who will provide the electricity? It's governments.
No, but the private sector can.
They should make sure that the electricity is there 24 hours so that little business can strive. You also talk about entertainment, thriving, revamping already.
Yes.
But to my view, I would say that corporate organizations, individuals, well-meaning Nigerians are actually supporting the entertainment industry.
Yes.
You see them have concerts or whatever they want to do, and you see one company or one individual signing them with billions and millions of naira. But whereas when you come to the education sector, you see inter-school competition, you see children doing well in mathematics, statistics, in science, in English, and you see somebody giving them a award of 20,000. It's not encouraging.
They are not encouraged.
It's not encouraging. It will not encourage these children to read.
Yes.
They will want to look the other way around and think of where somebody can help them with millions.
Scholarship.
So they should be able to at least encourage the younger generation so that they will also grow to have that mindset to help. So
the education sector, a lot need to be vested.
A lot needs to be done, not by government, as I said.
Okay.
Private organizations, corporate bodies, and well-meaning Nigerians should support, especially when you see a child having 390 in JAM, you see them having 8 A's in WAEC. You should encourage such child.
Okay. Reverend Egosa, any more comments as we conclude?
I just need to advise the government that they should comply with...
Mr. Clement will take you off again now.
You
said you keep talking about government.
No, we don't have any other thing here.
Nigeria, he's talking from
Nigeria, where he's talking from, it took them many years
to build
that economy, to build that society.
Yes.
So you don't expect us that it's just how many years in democratic norms. Even now, we still violate the principle of democracy. We violate it every day. Yeah. Now, we are not looking at the issue of not accepting judgment from the court of law. It's becoming too rampant.
Which is very bad.
It's becoming too rampant. We cannot live in a lawless society. One of the principles of democracy is that you are a law-abiding person. High Court will give judgment, you will flout it. Supreme Court will give judgment, you will flout it. State High Court will give judgment, you will flout it. You now become, I don't know how to say it now, an immovable personality. Nobody have all these things, So we must understand that, okay, let me just say this.
Okay.
You go through Secretariat now. Have you passed there of recent? Go and see the banner that is placed there.
Okay, I'm not going to.
Okay. The Tinubu banner is placed there.
Okay.
Was it privy to the building of that place? Why do you use a man to advertise what you didn't know how it came about?
He's the president of Nigeria, and
no, don't say that.
No.
They said the man did not do anything.
I've not gone there anyway.
They said the man did not do anything. But you cannot see that structure now to be advertising your president.
Okay, Reverend, thank you. Your concluding remarks, Dr. Roya, before we get Mr. Clement to give us some concluding remarks.
I think while I'm giving my concluding remarks, let me quickly say a few things.
Okay, about what she said.
Aligning to what she said.
Yes.
Any country that doesn't invest in education does not have a bright future.
Exactly.
Yes. Because I fear for this nation.
Okay.
Because in the next 10, 20 years, I'm very sure we will even hire foreigners to do cleaning job.
If we don't change things now.
Yes. Because the way they have so made education irrelevant to the point that youth are now saying school na scam. You see, government must begin to look in that direction. If we get it right in our educational sector, the truth is, these people that are being honored in America and the rest, they went through a good educational system.
Exactly.
That's why they are able to contribute immensely to the development of that society. We must not depend on foreigners at this stage of our existence to do everything. We have what it takes, and government should look into that.
Thank you very much. Mr. Clement, we are back to you. Mr. Clement.
Yeah, so
yes,
to continue
the program,
what the doctor said.
We want you to give us your concluding remarks now. Yes, your concluding remarks.
All right, thank you. I want to support the Reverend. The progress in our education sector is poor. And most of those who would have contributed to those sectors have suffered from brain drain issues. Most of us are abroad. Frankly, that sector, government needs to revamp it so that people who are in diaspora will come back home to further develop it. That's point number one. Point number two, what I support the fact that government needs to have the willpower to make institutional and sectorial changes to our economy. The governor or whoever must have the willpower to bring change, to drive it, so that everybody will key into it. So we need the government to start a program, like those days we used to have war against indiscipline, and it was in different stages. That was a way to bring the society to buy into that program, and it was successful. So we need our present governor to come up with a program that the people will buy into, to prove that sense of will, power, that determination by government to make the society benefit a lot from sectoral changes. Finally, I would like us to always discuss, I would like Mr. Agbonlaho to bring up programs like this through constant discussion and constant regular mention of issues like this. The government will learn a lot and start practicing a process whereby they will entertain external opinion in developing the society. They will not depend on their own political programs alone. And then, so I encourage the continuation of this type of program. It will bring in a different people to brainstorm on issues. That way, people will start having clues. Those in government will start having clues and knowing exactly what they need to do. That's where I would put an end to my contribution.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Clement. Thank you very much. Regards to our brothers in the diaspora, we know that your contributions we really need them to take Nigeria out of the woods. Rosalind, your concluding remarks, quick one.
Yes, Mr. Clem has nailed it all. Even our guests have also nailed it. So
yes.
At this time, I just hope that what we expect should become reality.
Okay.
Especially for the education sector. It's very key.
Okay.
It's important.
I agree with you. I must thank Dr. Rea. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And your comments. Reverend Ewusamori, I'm immensely grateful.
Thank you.
You've made very important points. We shouldn't destroy what we have.
That's right.
That's what Reverend Ewusa is saying. You need to understand. The immediate past governor has done his part.
That's right.
Landmark. You go and look at it. The new one has come. Do your own. Okay. On that note, I say thanks for being a part of 60 Minutes Nigeria this week. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.